I have pointed out on several occasions that many feminists are eager to rebuke sexual objectification of women, but equally eager to engage in sexual objectification of men. When the massive leak of female celebrity nudes known as the fappening occurred, women's publications across print and internet media were quick to condemn it, not simply as the clear violation of privacy that it was, but as an act of misogyny, which it clearly was not. Yet these same publications were unflinching in publishing Justin Bieber's nudes as well as Hulk Hogan's sex tape. Female privacy violated, and these publications are outraged. Male privacy violated, and they're eager and unquestioning participants in the violation. It's actually quite extraordinary. It is a common feminist complaint that women are hypersexualized in media. One of the foremost websites pushing this narrative is the popular BuzzFeed. But when they're not complaining about female bodies being put on sexual display like a piece of meat, they're fawning over male celebrities and their abs and butts and penises. As I mentioned a moment ago, I've made these observations several times in the past, and you can watch my Anti-Feminism playlist for more material on that front. The purpose of this video is not to merely cover this same ground once more, but to address the feminist response to what I have said. Feminists usually put forth your basic power plus argument. Men who objectify women have power in society, whereas women who objectify men are powerless. So in their case, objectifying the opposite sex is a way of discovering a much-needed sense of empowerment. I don't buy the narrative of female powerlessness, but even if I did, this would not make sense. When you make the argument that objectifying men is empowerment, you're basically saying that your vision of an empowered woman is one who objectifies men. The perfect woman thinks like a man. It's self-defeating on so many levels. But let's cut the bullshit. Women don't look at pictures of hot guys because it's empowering. They look at pictures of hot guys because they're attracted to them. In other words, they look at Zac Efron touching his cock for the same reason that men look at Scarlett Johansson's bum. Not to somehow feel powerful, not even to objectify, but just to titillate the totally natural sexual urges that most people feel. Alexia Lafata of EliteDaily.com published an article back in July called "Why It's Completely Okay to Objectify Men." No, really, it is. In her article, she states,
"Well, I hate to silence straight white males again. I know you guys have been getting a lot of flack from me for merely existing lately, but until you live in a world in which your objectification leads to excessive victim blaming, unwelcome catcalling, mortifyingly high rates of sexual assault and rape, and having your value in society based exclusively on what you look like, I will continue to exercise my God-given right to objectify you."
The problems here are multitudinous. I believe I may have addressed this article before, but let me respond to this paragraph. First of all, I would like to see one shred of evidence that suggests that what you call objectification leads to these other problems. Second of all, even if such evidence existed, this condemnation still makes no sense. You're saying that objectification of women leads to excessive victim blaming, unwelcome catcalling, mortifyingly high rates of sexual assault and rape, and having your value based on how you look. Well, if objectification leads to all of that, then why are women who objectify men the exception? What makes their objectifying magically not lead to those things? But let's say you're right, and that merely being sexually attracted to someone is objectification. Let's say you're right, that objectification leads to those problems you listed. Let's even say that women who objectify men are somehow shielded from these symptoms. Even still, you would not have a rationale for condemning a behavior that is, by your own admission, not wrong on its own. You cannot say that a totally harmless behavior is to be condemned simply because some who engage in it will also go on to engage in more harmful behaviors. That's like banning chewing gum because you're afraid it will eventually lead to chewing tobacco, or condemning kissing between two consenting partners because some men kiss unwilling women on the street. Bottom line, there's no reason that anyone of any gender or sexuality should feel bad about being sexually stimulated visually by another human being's body, labeling this totally normal human behavior objectification and giving it a bad PR campaign is not healthy, and it's certainly not sound. I'm the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out.